Hey guys, MC Mura here, and as you know, this channel is typically a fighting game channel, but Ninja Gaiden is my favorite series in all of gaming. When Ninja Gaiden 2 Black came out earlier this year, I did a lot of videos covering the game, guides, etc. And suffice to say, as a Ninja Gaiden fan, Ninja Gaiden 4 is my most anticipated game in years. I am absolutely looking forward to this game. I'm super excited for it. I'm super hopeful, but obviously I do have my concerns about it and about what I'm seeing as well. I think that's normal. It's something that you care about deeply, so you want to see it good. I want to see the revival, the year of the ninja, right? Now, this footage that we're seeing is from an IGN preview event. As he managed to preview the game, gets hand on time. I believe the reviewer said it was like 25 minutes. And this is the most that we have seen out of the game yet, so I figured why not talk about it, talk about what we're seeing. And I'm gonna be upfront, I'm gonna be honest about it, right? Swear to God. When it comes to these type of games, like character action games, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Bayonetta, etc., the game will look only as good as the player that is playing it. I can show you Devil May Cry and have the player just doing triangle with Dante, and the game is gonna look extremely boring and dull. So we're not gonna judge it, right? This is still like an IGN gameplay, journalist gameplay, so I don't expect the level of gameplay to be super high to be able to show you like what the game wants you to do. You know what it is, right? But we still can make some impression because we got to see some of the mechanics, right? Some of the stuff that we're seeing. This game is obviously being made by Platinum Games, and it's kind of like being supervised by Team Ninja, so it's not like a Team Ninja full-on development and production. Keeps that in mind. And the slice we're seeing is from Yamako. Now, a new developer jump into an established series, you expect them to try to put in some of their ideas. And if you played any of the Platinum character action games like the Bayonettas, the Metal Gear Rising, you know that Platinum have a tendency to put in like perfect parries mechanics, to put in perfect dodges, switch time. So there's a lot of like concern from players about what the game will be. And also there's been a lot of like circling rumors, especially when it comes to like Ryu Hayabusa, because we haven't seen any gameplay from Ryu yet. Like any major slices of gameplay. There are like clips, but I haven't seen like major slices. And there's the running rumors that Ryu only have his dragon sword, only have one weapon. Maybe his inclusion is more akin to like the female characters, the female chapters in the Sigma games. I don't know, but let's discuss what we're seeing, right? So what we're seeing is from the first level, the first chapter of the game. And obviously you are using Yamako. And one of the things you will notice immediately, and I don't know if this is specific to this level, if this is a general gameplay direction, is that you're fighting in a way bigger arena. What I'm seeing is that the camera is pulled back more than we would expect, especially like it's pulled back more than Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3, and the arenas are really huge. And I think they're doing that so that the camera doesn't get in the way as much, right? One of the major complaints when Ninja Gaiden 2 Black came out earlier this year, especially for people who have never played Ninja Gaiden before, is oh my god, the camera, oh my god, the camera. So I think this is them trying to solve the issue with the camera. I am mixed on that. On the one hand, I get it, but on the other, a big part of Ninja Gaiden was using the environment, wall running, wall jumping, fighting in confined spaces gave the game a lot of identities, and because you are like in this almost like cramped space with a lot of enemies that are really aggressive, it made the gameplay a lot more tense, right? Even if the enemies are aggressive and we're fighting in huge arenas, I can just run around, and typically the playable character is faster than the enemies, and that reduces a lot of the tension. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Another thing I will say, and this comes down to my personal taste, I really dislike the HUD, the way it looks right now. It reminds me so much of Astral Chain. It's a game that came out, it was also made by Platinum, and it came out for the Nintendo Switch. And the HUD, looks so much like Astral Chain to me. It's actually it's actually kind of insane. It looks modern, it looks like very futuristic, which the aesthetic seems kind of different, but again, this is just, maybe it's this level. I don't want to judge, I don't want to pass judgment on the entire game, but there are some things I'm seeing that are kind of weird to me. So one thing you will notice a lot about the game, if you're watching this clip, is that Yamako kind of have like a spider sense where he will know when an attack is coming, and sometimes in the case of like the boss attack, this appears to happen in the case of the attack being an unblockable, and I'm not sure if the spider sense only happens on like unblockable attacks. Another thing that you will notice is that when an enemy is attacking Yamako and the enemy is off screen, you will have this indicator, like this arrow that is pointing at the direction the attack is coming from. And I mean, I get that because in a game like Ninja Gaiden 3 and like the rocket launcher spam used to be kind of annoying, but that also, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm not the biggest fan, especially in like character action games. I'm not the biggest fan of inconsistent attack tills, right? Typically in a game like that, the enemies will have wind-up attacks, they'll have like wind-up startup to their attacks. That way you can tell like when the attack is coming and be able to avoid it, dodge it, whatever. Here, it seems like now there is difference between the attack being on-screen, off-screen. I feel like Bayonetta was really good at that because when the enemies were off-screen, they would make like their attack would be more noisy. So like you would know an attack is coming. I'm not the biggest fan of like indicators. Hey, go dude. Hey, player guys, there is an attack coming on, or like there is an unblockable attack. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm just gonna be straight up. Obviously, we have to play the game. We have to get a feel for it, but I don't. I'm not feeling it that much, right? We also seen a lot of Ninja Gaiden, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance-esque mechanics to the game. There is obviously the assassination, the stealth skills, which is kind of hilarious to see like in a Ninja Gaiden. Obviously, like it's a ninja game, so you would expect him to have some stealth elements to it, but it never was the case, right? You never really was stealthy in Ninja Gaiden, so seeing that is a bit weird. And again, this is a Platinum Games, so we saw like a perfect dodge that happened to like launch opponents. It doesn't seem like the counter and then launch that we know from the Ninja Gaiden games. This seemed like a straight up perfect parry, which I don't know how to feel about it. Another thing that we saw is it seems like Yamako have a guard meter. When he's blocking, as he's blocking more and more attack, he will start turning red. Now, in the previous games, like Ninja Gaiden 2, for example, some specific enemy attacks would break Ryu's guard, where he would like reel backwards like that, and you had to know which one and maybe get out of the way, dodge, whatever, or like dodge cancels that. This one, it seems like it's more about like a number of hits, which it's an interesting way of doing it. And even like in the boss, we're seeing him like dodge couple and then he starts to turn red. So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. But we did see a lot of things about the game that I think are promising. I don't want to make it like a concerns video. I want to talk about the stuff that I saw that I think is promising as well. It seems like Yamako will have 4 weapons. It seems like there is a form of like seamless weapon switching. We're gonna have to wait a little bit more and see how that plays out. But that could be interesting. We have obliteration techniques back. We have essence and charging essence to release ultimate techniques. That also seems to be back. From what I'm seeing, the enemy aggression, assuming like this is the normal difficulty, the enemy aggression seem to be good, especially for like the first level normal difficulty. Enemy aggression seems to be on par with what you would expect from Ninja Gaiden. The art style looks interesting. It reminds me so much of Astral Chain again. Like everything about this game reminds me of Astral Chain. We get to see this menu where you get to unlock skills. And I don't know how to feel about it because some of the stuff here is pretty elementary, right? Like ultimate technique, perfect block. Like it wasn't really stuff that you had to unlock, but flying swallow, Izuna drop, maybe. I mean, maybe we're gonna have to wait and see, right? Overall, I am relieved to see like the game in motion. It still looks like it's gonna be like a really fun game. It looks to be very different than the other Ninja Gaiden games, which is something to expect. I think expecting it to be the same as the others would be kind of like foolishness. But you know what? It looks alright. I think looking at it now, seeing it in action, seeing it play out, it seems to me like the game could be a lot of fun. They said that they're introducing on-the-fly difficulty switching, which I don't know how to feel about. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one, because part of replaying Ninja Gaiden was that on the higher difficulty, the enemy formation, which enemies are on screen, etc., would be different depending on especially like Ninja Gaiden 1. That was one of the best things about it, especially like Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden 1 Black. Seeing like different enemies and placements was actually kind of really cool, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see. But and I really hope Ryu is in it more than just like a girl chapter, like 2-3 chapters in the story. That will be kind of disappointing. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Ninja Gaiden 4, the footage that you have seen? I am super interested in it, obviously. I'm excited. I do have my concerns, and I hope that the game will end up being kick-ass and being an absolutely fantastic game. I would love to hear your thoughts about all of it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.